Hello, this is Mike Korin with Classic Realty, and it is late April 2020, and it is Corona time. And it's been a while since I put out a Barcroft show, so I'm thinking, hey, where can I social distance? Where can I be in an area where I'm not gonna have to worry at all about people around me, and I can highlight something special inside Lake Barcroft. So where I am right now is I'm standing on Turtle Island, more recent years known as Swift Island, and it is the only island inside Lake Barcroft, and it's over near the footbridge or Women's Garden Center. It's pretty big, actually. It would, if you were to walk around it, which you really can't because it gets overgrown, it would take minutes to walk around, so it's not a 30-second type thing. But what is happening is this time of year, and I'm at the tail end, is the geese are nesting on the island. So what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna take a look at some of what's happening with the goose nest. We're gonna talk a little bit about geese in Lake Barcroft and as residents of the lake. So let's take a little peek and let's see if we can find some. Okay, I actually passed several nests just in the last 30 seconds here, but this is a nice wide open one. Easy to give a sense of what's going on. Okay, so what's happening is we have a lot of wildlife inside Lake Barcroft, and everyone likes wildlife, but geese can become a nest and become a nuisance. And they become a nuisance because of their feces. They will drop enormous amounts everywhere in one evening. We can clean the beaches, and in the morning the beaches will be green. People's docks, people's boats. And so everyone likes the wildlife. People want to be supportive of wildlife, but what we want is a few of the resident geese here, but we don't want it like back in the 80s and 90s to be overrun with geese. And so we have probably a couple hundred, I don't know how to count, goose nests on this island. And what happens is we do not allow, as a community, we don't allow them to successfully nest. So the eggs, I believe it's WID, the Watershed Improvement District, comes here and they do something to allow the eggs not to hatch. We keep the resident population here, but we're not going to be overrun in June, July with 10,000 baby geese. They're actually being very docile right now. If I were here about 3-4 weeks ago when the heat was really on, I would definitely be getting attacked. It can be quite violent to be on here, you know, late winter, early spring. Now what we're doing as far as keeping the geese populations to a minimum is very normal. This is practiced in a lot of communities, pretty much every community golf course area that I know of. I passed about 50 to 100 turtles getting their spring sun on their way down here. Here's another goose nest. Geese can be very confident. So one of the geese actually built a nest right in front of the docking area to the island, so I had to find backwards access to get on here. Again, they're being docile right now this time of year. If I was here in February, March, I would be getting full-on attacked by dozens of geese. Okay. So I wasn't quite sure why this gentleman was being so dramatic, and here is why. So there is his partner. Now these eggs have probably been addled or oiled already. You see him hissing there in his defense mechanism, so that they are not going to hatch, but the wildlife will still do its ritual, and what's going to happen is in a few days they're going to realize, and they're going to move on. They'll be back next year to repeat the cycle. It's been a nice balance because, again, we want to keep the resident population here. Community members do want some wildlife. It's just a matter of not getting them overrun. So we really appreciate these beautiful animals being here. Okay, so there's that nest right behind me here. Hopefully they're not going to attack while I finish this one off. Now, something else that we do, and I'm planning on covering at the Lake Barcroft shows, we have what's called Geese Peace. It's not unique to Lake Barcroft. A lot of communities have this. It's been around for many, many, many years. But we have a resident dog that the community adopts, and there's one family that will adopt it, and folks can take shifts, and they can come out and take their boats, and they can boat around Lake Barcroft, and they see geese that likely are not residents or on the beaches, areas that should not be, they get that designated dog to run them off. It's a nice way, you know, in areas where you're not able to limit the populations by hunting, etc. We don't want to kill the animals. We run them off using Geese Peace and with our trained dog. So hope everyone is doing well during Corona time, staying safe, having fun. You know what? If you lived in Lake Barcroft, you'd be home right now. It's a beautiful place. I'm now going to put my boat in the water, do a little bit of fishing before you know, firing up the grill and doing a little barbecue tonight. Be well. I'll see you in the next episode.